It's the Pax Romana.
7 hills help protect us from invasion, fertile farmlands.
Salvete omnes, salvete amici, nomen mihi est Decumus Aurelius Ingeniarius, legatus et Tribunus Plebis. Hello everybody, welcome to our stream this evening on our normal usual Monday time slot, hosted by yours truly, Decumus Aurelius. We got Tribune Talks, which I believe is episode 2 this evening. We've had one 2, maybe 3 weeks ago, so we do this on an ad hoc basis when we want to talk about some news, talk about some Roman things. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. If you are joining us, please don't forget to hit that follow button. That helps us out a lot and helps us to grow the channel. We are marching towards seeking 100 followers. So hopefully we can get that, work towards affiliate status, grow this channel. But yeah, we've got some things to talk about this evening. Thankfully, I'm going to be joined by a co-host this evening, a guest speaker, and always one of my favourites. We'll bring him on in just a moment. But great to see some people in the chat already. Salve, marvellous to hear you come along. If you're new, please hit the follow button if you're willing. It's great. There's another one. Yes, that's right. Attila, marhaba. Great, I've got a global audience. That's what we like to see. So, all right. So, without further delay, let's get excited. Let's talk about some Roman things. Of course, you guys in chat are more than willing to contribute topics. I want to hear your opinions on what we talk about this evening. But let's bring on our guest for now. He is the one and only, a great colleague of mine, and one of our Praetors for Nova Roma this year is Gaius Artorius Praeconinus. Let's switch screens here and let's flick his audio on. Now, we're just going to make sure we've got our feed right. So let's do an audio check and then we'll work on our video. So do you hear myself? And well, let's hear you. Praetor, can you give us a test talk?
Salve, test 1 2 3 1 2 3.
Good.
Can you hear me?
I'm hearing your audio. All right, so let's work on video now. So maybe if I can do a refresh, or we might refresh your OBS Ninja. Let's just double check the URL, because it'd be great if we can see you. Just be on standby at your end.
Sure.
We might flick a new URL through. So I'm just going to double check the link here. And then I'm going to click OK. Let's see if that refreshes there. Nah, it's done its weird funny thing again. I think there's a problem at the OBS Ninja end. So if you could do me a favour there, Praetor, if you could just close your OBS Ninja tab and try again and send me a new URL, and then
Of course. Give me a second.
we'll get you on video. But I see we see Marie has provided a follow there. That's excellent. Gratias, another follower there. Yes, Legio 6 Victrix from Sydney are watching. So a special hello to them. Definitely, I'd like to be able to talk more with that legion in the future going forward. So it's great that you guys can watch, and a shout out to you guys. Hey, if you send me a DM of a link to your either Facebook or web page, if you've got one there for the Legion, I'll share it in chat so people can check you out. Let's share all our Roman activities. So yeah, just DM me in Twitch, and because I think I've got links banned at the moment for most people, but I can post links. So yeah, send me the link for your Legion, either your Facebook or your web page, and I'll post it in chat there. That'll be cool. So I'm just gonna watch my DMs. Hopefully I can see it on my page here. But that's cool. If not, I'll post it up on our channels later. But that's great. Awesome. So we got a few people. I'm just looking through our user list here. And let me know, Praetor, when that new URL comes through. Oh, there it is.
I already sent it.
You are on the money. So while I'm doing this there, Guy Artori, tell us, how's your week been? What's been happening for you Roman-wise?
Roman-wise, not that much I can discuss. More or less, I'm doing the Senate work at the moment, and one praetorial thing I can't talk about because of data rights.
Fair enough.
I did something, a prototype for something we hopefully will see come to fruition in a few weeks. I will just show it for a second in the camera.
Oh, cool. That looks nice.
Let's say it's a document that can be hung on the wall, detailing that you got the Nova Roman citizenship with
Great.
your name, and it will have someday a wax sigil on the lower point.
That's awesome. That makes me so happy to hear. So this is your own initiative, is it, Praetor?
Yeah, right. As we have talked in private, as the Tribune knows, I'm definitely in to get Nova Roma more into the real world and
Cool.
from the digital side away, and even citizens that are far away from other citizens, I do believe they need a bit of physical things, and such a thing, such a document would make a good start to that.
That's excellent. I'm pleased to hear that, because certainly from the Provincia Australia point of view, we were trying to think about something like that, to acknowledge people's citizenship, their membership of Nova Roma, and particularly with the process that people have to go through in selecting a Roman name that meets our and some of the ancient traditional aspects there. That is a special process, not one to be taken lightly. And at the end of that, right, you'll eventually gain a full citizenship. And having something like a citizenship document or a certificate, I think is a great idea. So I'm pleased to hear that that's being considered. So well done. I like that. I certainly like that.
Thank you.
Indeed. For those in chat, let us know your thoughts. For those that are Nova Roma citizens, for those that are not, that probably doesn't make maybe a great deal of sense, but know that you can, if you so desire, you can take up free citizenship with Nova Roma, join our global community. For example, our good Praetor here is joining us from Provincia Germania. Thankfully with technology, we can do awesome things like this and have chats about Roman stuff, which is great.
Absolutely.
For anybody that wants to join us, citizenship is free. You will take on a formal Roman name, and you can connect with our community and talk about all things Roman and whatever period of time of Rome that interests you, for sure. Like, I know we've got some friends from Turkey in the audience, and they like talking about a lot of the latter part of the Roman Empire or the Eastern Roman Empire, or what we call as modern historians perhaps the Byzantines, and I guess their interactions with the Ottomans, for example. That is certainly a topic that we can talk in our history channels and on Discord, etc. And I guess that's a good time to plug, the Discord. So in the About section below this channel right now, you'll be able to see a link to our official Nova Roma Discord, and we're starting to see some growth there. I think, aren't we, Praetor, which is great. Plenty of different subjects to talk about, probably too many, maybe. We'll certainly consider that. But please, you don't have to be a member to join our Discord, so please do that if you so desire. Join in the various conversations.
Right, you will not be able to see every channel as a guest, but I believe that's normal, because in your real life house or flat, you don't show every room to every citizen.
Right, so, you're gonna have some cupboards closed with skeletons in them, right?
Absolutely.
Cool. All right, so I'm going to pull up my little agenda here. Scrolling up slightly. Let's first of all, that's right. So I was going to cover some news of a Roman nature that we've seen in a macro point of view. That's good. So we've just seen some of the members from Legio number 6 there up in Sydney. They say they do have access to the Discord, which is good. So that's awesome that some of them are already on there. They're going to head there after tonight's broadcast. There you go. Oh, we'll see who's in there. Perfect. That'll be great. We can have an after party. Good. All right. So I'm going to touch on a few news articles that I've seen pop up on my Flipboard recently of a Roman nature. So I'll switch scene here. Here we go. So some of the viewers at home and on the Twitch stream can see what I'm looking at. Hopefully the font is big enough that you can read. But anyway, the first article I've seen here, and for you, good Praetor, welcome your comment. So from The Guardian, which is actually the Australian edition, talking about Rome, the Roman Colosseum, or the Flavian Amphitheatre, is to gain a high-tech arena floor, which is fascinating, retractable. Have you seen this article yet?
I have seen it, and I believe it not only gets this floor, if I have seen it right, because I have seen another article detailing that they wanted to build a new front resembling the old one that was lost in the earthquake.
Right.
So you get a sense of the real height of the Colosseum too. The only thing, it looked very modern, and that was not what I liked. But I'm not sure how they will build it because there are no pictures, no drawings. I hope it will look not too modern.
Yeah, I mean, right, trying to maintain some of that historical ethnicity, that feel and that vibe, right? But it looks pretty intense. So there's a contractor here that's won a 16 million pound bid, or 18.5 million euro bid, to install a retractable arena floor, which is quite fascinating. And I guess further down they talk about, because they still want to be able to open it up to the bottom basement sections, etc., but also help to protect those as well. And it appears that they will be able to do stuff on that flooring, hold performances and larger things, which is pretty impressive, I think, because it'll be a long time that people have stood at that particular level and performed or done reenactments, etc. So
absolutely,
yeah. I see here that the original floor was removed in the late 1800s when archaeologists began to excavate the subterranean levels of the structure, and then the underground.
We have lost quite a bit over the years of the mass of archaeological things. We had, for example, in the Renaissance, many of the statues were whitened because they had still color on it, and they didn't think it looked good, so they just put white on it and destroyed the colors. So
yeah, that's nuts. Hey, shout out and a big salve to the Signifier Colossus from Legio Sextus Victrix in Sydney. So there's another that's joined us on the stream this evening. Got quite the Sydney crowd coming in, which is awesome. You guys are always welcome. And thanks for joining us here and joining us in our Roman chat of all things sort of Roman. Right, so and if for all those who have just joined us, we're currently talking about the Flavian Amphitheatre, aka the Colosseum, which is apparently getting a floor makeover. Big expensive contract going in to provide some retractable flooring there. So that's looking interesting as I scroll down through the rest of the list here. Apparently it'll be finished in 2023. So it'll be not too. What are we now? 2021. Yeah, okay. Oh right, yeah. I'm just reading some of the other facts here. 3,000 people at a time. Okay, yeah, that's interesting. So that'll be interesting to watch. And right, let's hope that finished product doesn't subtract too much from, I guess, the look and the feel of some of the original, or what's left of the original architecture, anyway. Right. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So that's that one from The Guardian. Thanks to The Guardian, the Australian edition, for that one. The next little article I wanted to look at here is this one. I actually found this one quite amusing. It is a statue of Roman Emperor Constantine reunited with its finger, or his finger, I guess, after 550 years by Capitoline Museums in Rome. So apparently this particular statue was missing its finger, which was in a French museum for many, many years. And they finally decided to reunite this finger with the original statue. 38 centimetre long, this particular finger. Is it the Louvre? Is it the Louvre Museum in Paris? Have I got that right?
The Louvre.
Louvre. Yeah, French isn't my strong suit. But then again, neither is Latin, which is disappointing. maybe once I get...
You're doing quite fine.
Oh, cool. Thank you very much. How is everyone else's Latin and or French, for that matter? Who speaks any sort of Latin in chat? Or if you don't speak Latin, what other languages do you speak? I'd be interested to see how bilingual, trilingual some of our viewers are. Yeah, I mean, you already speak at least two languages and part, I guess, Latin as well there. So is there any other language that you speak that I haven't heard yet? Praetor?
Yeah, more or less. I can speak German, of course. I can speak English.
Yeah, your English is very good.
Sometimes I miss the words. I can a bit Latin, and in my youth years, I learned at least a few words of the elven tongue of Sindarin.
Oh,
so,
cool.
and I believe I have somewhere a Klingon language course.
Oh, wow.
So,
okay, so yeah, that's really good. I see Marie in chat there speaks some French, Vietnamese, Japanese, and he's also learning Latin. So that's an impressive repertoire. Well done.
Absolutely. Very good. Very good.
Ah, dear. Good. All right. So let's learn more about this finger in this statue. So apparently, the bronze piece was originally donated to the Roman people by Pope Sixtus IV in 1471, and then the reunification is now happening 550 years later, which is phenomenal. Now, apparently, the finger was first come up and was found and given into Paris in 1860, or positively identified in 1860, but I'm curious as to, I guess, at about that point, or when exactly did they work out that the finger that they had was in fact related to this statue? That's my question.
If I read it correct, I would believe that it was somewhere in the Middle Ages, sent to Paris or somewhere else as a sort of reliquia. So the 550 years indicate that it was somewhere in the Middle Ages, at the end of the Middle Ages, and they had quite a moving around of things. They would say, that's from Christ and so on, and I could believe that it was maybe a finger from a giant or something like that in some church, or gifted by the Pope or something like that. It wouldn't bother me.
Anyway, I'm pleased that the finger has been reunited with its owner. So that's good. And a salve to Sempronius Agricola, who's joined us, provincial quaestor of Province Australia. Great to have him in, and I guess one of our mods for this channel as well. How was your Roman week there, Semproni? Did you have a good Roman week? What did you get up to? I know he's been doing some background admin work actually for me. He's good. He's a good taskmaster. I like it. So there we go. So that's that article. Statue of Roman Emperor Constantine reunited with his finger after 550 years. So that's tops. That's really good. Okay. If there's no other comments in the chat about missing fingers, hopefully everybody is in possession of their own now. The other article I wanted to bring up here is actually an older article. It's actually from November last year. That's not too many months old. What's that? Just about 6 months. Is talking about paganism, and I guess the revival of paganism here. So in the particular title here is the oldest, newest religion. And it's really talking about how we're seeing a resurgence. And I'll read you this paragraph here. So by some measures, modern paganism is one of America's, and this is just for the US that we've got data for here, but one of America's fastest growing religions, with an estimated 1 million followers of various pagan sects in the United States. And according to the 2014 Pew Religious Landscape Study, I'm not exactly sure what that is, but 0.3% of Americans identify as pagan or Wiccan, which is the same number who identify as Unitarian. Is that a sect of Christianity, is it? Unitarian?
I believe, yes.
Yeah, okay.
It's a Catholic part of Christianity, I believe.
Right, whilst in 2008 there was just 340,000. So we're seeing quite a growth here. And right, so modern paganism, which can also be called neo-paganism or contemporary paganism or just paganism, is a revival of the movement that encompasses a wide and rich variety of polytheistic religious traditions such as Sumerian, Egyptian, Greek, the Religio Romana and our Roman practices, which Nova Roma tends to focus on, and I guess as well as this Wiccan and modern witchcraft is included in this list of pagan type of modern paganism description. And there's this one called, now I'm going to mess up this pronunciation here, Astru, which is the worship of Norse gods.
Astru.
Thank you. Yeah, okay. You might be. I'd trust your pronunciation better than mine there. And then of Druidism is the other one that meets this list. So that's quite. There's obviously quite a large variety there. And I guess I'd be interested to hear your view here. So, I mean, we're talking about paganism and paganists as, I guess, the general practitioners here, but I've found that some in the art and some who practice don't necessarily like that title. In fact, that is derived from Latin, which means something to do with country or regional. Actually, it says it in this article. There you go. It's Latin from paganus or paganus, which means country dweller. Some people prefer the term cultus, I understand as well. But whatever the good a descriptor of somebody who practices the art. Yeah. But that's and obviously part of our organisation, Nova Roma, certainly has a focus on the aspects of the Religio Romana and the Cultus Deorum for those that are interested. And I guess as a part of our the society that we have globally, that is the Cultus Deorum is intertwined with public business anyway, as it was back during the Roman Republican period. So yeah, I thought this article was interesting, and there's, this is an older one, but right, we're seeing more and more people globally, particularly in some of the Western countries, again taking up some of these more classical spiritual art forms, which is great. Hello, we've just had another follower, which is brilliant. Thank you very much for the follow. It's great to have more people in the crowd and joining our Roman talk and our Roman community. That's marvelous. Please tell us about yourself. Tell us your connection to Rome, or its past, or its histories, what interests you in Rome. That goes out for everybody in the chat. Tell us how you got started on your Roman journey. I'd love to read some of your stories here tonight.
Also, you can ask any questions. We will answer them.
That's right. Neither of us are experts, but certainly we can have a discussion here based on your queries and things about Rome or Nova Roma or anything that's Roman themed. That's what this channel is all about. There's another follow. Look at us going really well. That's perfect.
It's the Century of the Legio Sextus Victrix.
Here we go. So I've just been sent the link for Legio Sextus here. So I'm going to put in their little @ in the chat here. So there we go. So the Legion that's joining us from Sydney, you can look that up on Facebook, and you can check them out. So hello to the Legion from Sydney there. Legio 6 Victrix Sydney. That's awesome. It's great to have a whole bunch of Romans joining us. But yes, salve to you. Well done. This is good. We've got a nice little crowd this evening. But yes, please get into the chat. Tell us how your Roman journey started. Everybody has a different background. Everybody has a different story. Praetor, why don't you lead us off? How did you get involved in Roman tradition and custom? And I guess by extension, how did you come across Nova Roma?
Oh yeah, difficult question. I was always fascinated with Rome, especially after visiting a castellum in Germania, the so-called Saalburg, that was rebuilt in somewhere around 1900 something, and you mean which legato?
That's right. We've technically got two here in the channel. In different forms. But let's both answer the question. I'll start. So I am from Provincia, Australia, specifically in the south, Melburnia, in the Civitas Victoria or Vittoria. And what about you, good Praetor? Tell us more about where you're from.
I'm from Provincia Germania, and I'm located near a city called Dortmund. Football interests may know Dortmund from Borussia and their clash with the Munichs.
There you go. And I guess question back at you. Where is everybody else coming from? Is that so? That's if I'll answer that next question. So I'm not associated with Legio Ten Aurelius. No, that's not. I am associated with Legio Ten Fretensis of ancient Roman reenactors Victoria. I am also a part of that association there. In fact, we have a solid partnership between ancient Roman reenactors Victoria and Nova Roma here in Australia and New Zealand. And we're always looking to form more network friendships and partnerships, and so no doubt we'll look to maybe formalise a partnership with our good Sydney Legion who's in the chat tonight. Yes, my name is in fact, or my nomen is Aurelius, but I am not associated with a particular legion of the Aureli gens, no, but I am a part of Legio Ten Fretensis, however, which seeks to replicate the 1st century Legio Ten, which fought primarily through the Middle East and Africa. And I think most of where they raised their legionaries was from the North African region. There was quite a diverse quite a diverse set of legionaries from a lot of parts of the world, but predominantly in that part of the country. But I'm sure if Sempronius Agricola is still in chat, he's the Aquilifer of Legio 10 Frentensis. I'm sure he'll correct me and add some more there. The name Frentensis. There we go. Hermes says he's Spartacus. Excellent. Very good. Okay, there you go. Agricola's having some connectivity issues with lag. He'll no doubt comment later when he can. Anyway, sorry, back to you, Praetor. Okay, if you want to continue your story. Talk about your Roman story.
Yeah, and sometime later, after visiting a few archaeological sites, visiting Rome with the school, so I was in the Eternal City in the Forum Romanum. I just researched what groups are there out there doing reenactments, and as I have done medieval reenactment, that was the shortcut to Roman reenactment, but I looked for a bit something more substantial, because the medieval reenactment we had back then here in Germany was very, very shallow. Okay. Yes, you put on your clothes, but and sometimes you acted like it, but it somehow every time was like playing a game or something like that. And then I found Nova Roma just via Google search, and it looked a bit dire back then, because it was right after the coup d'etat, our little problem in the past, and I contacted Lentulus, and there I am.
There you are, and the rest is history, as they say. Right, so back to Legio 10 Frentensis, historically. So I got it completely wrong. So the legion was actually raised in Spain. So thank you for the correction there from Agricola. So the military history is not my speciality, which is obvious. But that's why we have this channel, right? So we can all learn from each other. We can all learn something new that's Roman, which is great. So there's a lot of experts in chat here right now, which is awesome. So we get to hear everything that you guys know and everything that you guys have learned through your time, be it through military reenactment or through time in Nova Roma or through any other Roman association, both here in Australia and New Zealand or globally, from wherever you're watching us from. From our Turkish friends who are in the chat, I'd be interested to know if there's any Roman educational or Roman reenactment-based organisations in the region where you're from. So if there is, please share. I'd be interested to learn a little bit more, which would be great. Good to see some Latin being used in the chat. I always encourage that. Good, there you go. There's one from Turkey. That's excellent. Yeah, so have you got any Roman-based groups or Roman educational institutions there based in Turkey? We'd be interested to hear a little bit more, which is good. Here we go. So it's good. So Agricola is providing us some additional information here. So Legio 6 Sextus Victrix actually joined Legio 10 at the Timeline Reenactors event in 2019. Which is awesome. Which I believe is the one based in Victoria, right? And that's great when we see all the various legions teaming up and making a larger unit. So that's awesome. That's fantastic. Oh, yeah, as well as Legio number 2 or Dua. Here we go. So Marie says, that's a name. Here we go. Tesararius from Legio Sextus Victrix. Got into ancient Rome reenacting thanks to the centurion of the 6th. Apart from military training myself and another, were researching the gastronomy of ancient Rome. Really? The gastronomy of ancient Rome. Tell us more about that. That sounds fascinating. There we go. So, Fire Cry Castle. That's it, near Ballarat. That's the one. That's near the Timeline event. So my plan is to go with Legio 10 Frentensis, is to go to the Timeline event this year for all days. Maybe I'll take the Friday off and help set up or whatever on the Friday. But yes, I'd like to be able to make sure I can go to the Timeline event this year and get some more military practice in. Certainly need more training. You just saw it had been announced. Yeah, okay. Yeah, good. There we go. Excellent. That's good. I'm enjoying the conversations in the chat here this evening. Great. So we've heard the Praetor's Roman story, which is good, and we heard another one there from Marie, hoping to hear some more about the gastronomy of ancient Rome. That's fascinating. Definitely like to hear some more about that. For me, I guess I've always had a bit of a fascination with history in general, particularly war history. I studied a lot of modern war history initially through my early years of education. But perhaps I jumped on the Roman bandwagon probably a little bit later. I think in life, I actually came to really enjoy a board game, would you believe? It's called The Republic of Rome, produced by Valley Games in 2009. The board game is best described as an ancient Roman political simulator based on the Roman Republican period, and I came to really love this game. It was quite a complex game. It took us many weeks to complete if you were ever playing it. Look it up if you can. I think at the moment you can still buy copies of them. They're out of publish, but you can buy one for about $500 at the moment, $400 to $500. They're pretty expensive to be able to purchase because they're a little bit rarer now. But anyway, initially I was seeking to actually build or publish an extension to that game based on the imperial period. And through my research onto the various magistrates and the political systems, I stumbled across Nova Roma online. And I was impressed by the level of detail through the website. And anyway, I found out you could actually apply to become a citizen and a member of Nova Roma. And so I did. I joined in about June of 2019. And now I'm very much committed, very much integrated, very much enjoying being a part of this global community and being able to talk with my friends like good guy Artorius here from Provincia Germania and others, United States, some good friends in Hungary, and the rest of Eastern Europe, across the ditch in New Zealand, and it's really helped us to network with other various Roman groups out there. So that's I've very much enjoyed my Roman experience so far. It's been good. All right, so that's enough of me. Let's go back and have a look at the chat and see what's going on here. Here we go. So Marie has clarified the gastronomy of ancient Rome. So it's comparing today's dishes and how it transcends there. So dishes of the ancient world. There we go. So that's fantastic. Marie says challenge accepted. So Agricola Artorius, not mistaken, shares the macro world occupation in the medieval field with the Praetor Artori. There we go. Excellent. All right, cool. Well, let's go back and while the people are recounting their Roman stories and how they got involved in all things Roman, let's have a look at our agenda here. Cool. So let's talk about the Nova Roma Discord. That's what's next on my list here. And I guess both Artorius and I help to manage that Discord server. So if you come into that server after the stream, chances are you'll probably be speaking to one of us too. So at least you'll know two people on there, as well as the rest of the Nova Roma community when you come through. But so there's a couple of updates I wanted to provide. Primarily, I guess this is for the Nova Roma community, but anybody else that's coming will join the Discord. We've added some new channels recently, particularly based on the Religio Romana. So we added some things on augury, modern temples, both channels there for the Roman pantheon as well as external deities that people can talk to in there, which is great. So there's some more variety in the channels to sort of focus your discussions, which is good. And perhaps Guy Artorius can provide a little bit more information here, but we've updated the induction system and we've got some new permission levels. Did you want to expand on that, Guy Artorius?
Sure. As many know, in the digital world, we have a problem of so-called trolls.
Yeah, that can happen, right?
It can happen, and it can happen a lot. And we had an influx of trolls shouting around, sending dick pics, and all such annoying things.
Right.
And we tried to invent a system to safeguard the rest of our community from such persons, and that's why we introduced the so-called hospice rank.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone who comes into the server just sees the hospitalis channel, where we talk with them, where we see, are they genuine, are they legit, do they really want to have to do something with us, then we vet them to the hospice rank, so they can see everything that every guest can see. And once they have a Roman citizenship, they get the receiver's rank, where they then have full access to all of the Discord servers and channels.
Right. And I think the system seems to be working quite well now. So that means we can have a chat with new people when they first come into the server, find out what they find interesting in Rome, and give them a little bit of an introduction before we open the gates, as it were. So that's good. I think I like our new system. Now, to go back, I saw the question there from Hermes. Yes, Hermes, you are more than welcome to join the Discord. And talk about all things Roman. Of course, you may have some interest, particularly, I guess, in the latter Roman period and the interactions, perhaps maybe with the Ottoman Empire. That's certainly welcome. So we have, I don't know if we've actually, Guy Artorius, I don't know if we actually have a specific history channel, but nonetheless, there is plenty of other channels to talk about all sorts of various topics. So, but please, you're welcome. So in the About section below on this channel here, you'll see the Discord symbol, the little weird face. Click on that. That's an open invite. That'll take you to our Discord. You won't see much initially until generally either myself or Artorius lets you in.
We don't have a direct history channel, that's right, but we have, for example, the Sodalitas Militarium, where you can talk about the various military we had over the centuries and thousands of years. So then we have the Numismatica, where you can talk about coins. We have the Cartographica, where you can talk about the old provinces, the new provinces, Roman local names, and such things. Then, of course, we have the Religio Romana channels with the Cultus Deorum Romanorum, and where you can talk about the religion. And, of course, we have, I believe, 2 or 3 open fora, where you can talk about more or less everything. We have the citizen discussion channels for the citizens only. So that, of course, guests can't see. But we have for the hospice to the formatorium at the Domitium, where you can talk about everything, or look into the Sacellum, where we have our vexilla.
That's a good rundown. That's well done. So that's tops. So yes, please, if you would like to, if you want to be able to connect with a bunch of interested people that like to talk about all things Roman, then the Nova Roma Discord is for you, and you're more than welcome to join us there. So that'll be great to have you. It's cool. We're seeing people from sharing some of their history there, which is on their careers, which is good. I like that. So the invite link for the Discord. In fact, perhaps Artorius, if you just want to cut and paste it into the chat for us.
Give me a second. I have to answer the good Claudius Quadratus, our augur.
Goodo. Right, so we'll paste the Discord link straight into the chat for you in just a moment, which will be tops. In the meantime, let's move on to our next topic here that I had on my agenda. Is the current Ludi, which is probably coming to a close now. The Ludi Carelias. Has anybody else participated in the Ludi, the Nova Roma event that's happening live right now? There's been a whole bunch of interesting events. So we've seen a chess tournament, some gladiatorial games. What else have we seen? We've seen some quiz contests, the No Quieres contest, which is good. So we'll talk about some of those results in just a moment. Actually, what I wanted to do now is let's watch the gladiatorial battle, which people bet on, and we can discuss who won that. So those results have just come out. So let's switch over to. I'm going to bring that up here. So give me a moment. So right now, for those who are curious, and I've got it in the centre of the screen. If I point properly, there we go. Is the Nova Roma main list. So if something happens in Nova Roma, it will feature on this list. It's from a website called groups.io. We used to be on Yahoo Groups, and that closed down. But if you are really wanting to connect with things happening in Nova Roma, subscribe to this list. Now, I probably suggest that you update your settings once you're in to get maybe a daily digest or a weekly digest of the emails because, right, there can be a fair amount of email traffic because a lot can happen here. But yeah, this is, I guess, the place to be. All official business happens here as well, so edicts or official announcements also goes through this list. So I'm just going to bring up the video here, if it lets me. Here we go. I'm tweaking the settings. We'll pause that. Here we go. Bring it live. I'd like to go full screen. Is it going to let me go full screen? Here we go. Oh, yep. There we go. Oh, there we go. We've got some audio. Here we go. Now I'm going to make sure you guys can hear it too, and I'm going to switch screen so everybody at home can see it. There we go. So down the bottom left. Oh, there we go. So for those that were looking for the Discord link, there is a particular invite in there. Hopefully that will be enough for a few people to join, which is great. So yeah, please join us in, and we'll hopefully be able to process.
He already joined us.
There you go. Nice and quick. All right, cool.
To hospice rank.
Perfect, excellent. Okay, so here, so this is the video which shows both parts, both the beginning and the results of the fight. So this is a gladiatorial fight where people were shown the first, I guess, half of the fight, and then they had to place bets on whether or who would win and whether they would be given life or death. Right. So this is. Can you recall what's which particular group is? Which particular group is this gladiatorial fight from? Are these reenactors? Can you recall?
I'm not sure if I get the name right. It's Familia from Pannonia.
Oh, it is from Pannonia?
Is it Familia Gladiatoria?
It may be. Yeah, that sounds familiar to me. That may be it. Maybe we can.
Familia is right. That I know.
Okay. But yeah, this is a pretty well-established group, and they do some really good work. But anyway, so I'm just going to watch it. Hopefully you get audio too, but let's watch the video of the fight. And then maybe we can get some live bets to see who people win. For those who haven't seen the results. So here we go. Yes, from the current Ludi. Here we go. So I'll pause there. So for the bonus points for those in chat, if you can tell me the two different types of gladiators that are fighting right now. So obviously one has the, I guess, a type of gladius and scutum combo, and the other one has either a net or a rope and I guess a long sort of hasta or a spear potentially.
And as a little note, the good Barosus is my praetorial colleague at the moment. You see a praetor in the sands of the arena.
Aha! There you go. I completely forgot. That's fantastic. All right. So anyway, let's continue. And we will watch, and then we'll pause it at the optimum point, and people can place a bet on who they think they'll win. So here we go. Let's keep going.
Das ist natürlich ein bisschen schwierig, den Gegner gerade mit dieser Hand vom
He's got him. Oh, there's a strike there.
Fast.
Took a hit.
Schnell hinter das Schild verstecken.
That's pretty good. He's going to recover. Come in for another strike. He's going to run around him. All right, so this is where the fight was stopped for the betting game. Okay, so all right, so let's ouch. So let's go to the chat. Based on what you've seen so far, give me if you know the names of the gladiatorial type that. But if you don't know, give me a red or a blue. Who you think wins from here? Right. So this was a part of the comp, the current Ludi that people had to bet on. So I'm assuming you haven't seen it, but we have some people that haven't participated in this Ludi or haven't seen this post go down. So give me your bets in chat. Give me a colour, blue or red. Who wins? Who wins? Who comes off best here? So we've got one for blue, one for red, another for red, another red here. So it looks like red is favoured. That's good. Any other final bets? Going once, going twice. All right. So let's play the rest of the video and let's see who comes out best here. Here we go.
Keine Helme aufhaben, kann man mal richtig Gesichter sehen.
Okay, that's it. There we go. Now here we go. Here's the rest of the fight.
Ist so schön, wenn die keine Helme aufhaben, kann man mal richtig Gesichter sehen.
Running around. Oh, he slashed him through there, did he? Here we go. Took a leg injury.
Der hat schon hinten die Striemen vom Lasso. Das heißt, die bösen Gladiatoren, die nicht gut gekämpft haben, werden damit
pretty mobile.
Abend ausgepeitscht. So, der wird ja als Sieger rausgehen.
Oh, there you go.
Eine Sekunde nicht aufgepasst und zack, hat man den Video am Hals.
There we go. Red's got it.
Ey, euer Zweiter.
Wow. Well done.
Ihr könnt ja mal alle ganz laut Morse rufen, das ist dann so, als wenn ich euch gefragt hätte. Nur jetzt meinte Barroso
Right, now does he is he let live or is he finished off?
Damit auch weiterhin schön
Is that shown in
bleibt.
the video? I don't think so.
Noch
Well done. There we go. That was cool. It's great to be able to see those sort of live fights and have those incorporated into our Ludi. So I like that. I just read Marie's message there. That's you could tell.
Yeah.
You could tell who the Skyrim fans are in chat. He used to be an inventor before he took a pilot. I'm sorry, that was good. I enjoyed that. That was tops. That's tops. Well done. Okay, yeah. So that was a Ludi competition. So I'll switch over the view, and all you guys could just be able to see this as well. So hopefully you can zoom in, so you guys can see the writing on screen a little bit better. There you go. So we can see the ranking finishes here from this competition. So the first place, the best guess and the quickest guess was from Marcus Valerius Maximus. He got the top points there with the 3 cultural CP. The 3 cultural points for winning the first place. Well done to him. Second place, we have Decimus Fabricus Avitus. Second place with 2 cultural CP. Fantastic. And then in the chat, hopefully still right now, but one from our very own Provincia, Australia, Semprenios Agricola, coming in third, and he gets the 1 cultural CP there. So I guess a point for me. I'll make sure, Agricola, that I'll speak to Gnaeus Lentulus and get your profile updated. So congratulations on your third place. Well done. So everybody give a clap in chat for Agricola for getting third in the comp. Well done. Good betting. Great job. There's a few other competitors there, which was great to see. Even one of our consoles, Quintus Nauta, he also participated, but he didn't rank, unfortunately. But yeah, congratulations to those winners. That's excellent. That's very good. Now, the other part of the Ludi that I saw there was this other competition, which the results are out for now, which was the No Queres contest, which I believe was a bit of a quiz. Were you familiar with this one, Guy Artori? Do you know much about this competition?
I looked at it, but I didn't participate, so I haven't paid too much attention.
Yeah, no, fair, cool. Yeah,
I was. Yeah.
I was pointing at here, but no, that's okay. So I see here our first, second, and third places. So, right, our own Senator Gaius Claudius Quadratus is one with 17 points there, so he gets the 3 cultural CP. Marcus Furius Purpuro. Oh, hang on, I'm gonna tongue twister. Okay, take over there, Artorius. How do we pronounce this cognomen for second place? Can you see it?
We are no serious, right?
Yes, the no catus. In fact, if you look at the stream, it should be finally popped up now with a delay.
You mean Marius Furius Purpureo?
Thank you. That was a tongue twister for me. Who else got that before I did? Very good. So he comes in with 15 points, and that's 2 cultural CP for second. And then Quintus Gratius Andreas comes in third there with the 1 cultural CP point. So well done to them for scoring in the Nocatus contest. Fantastic. And look, for those that are interested, Nova Roma runs plenty of games and plenty of Ludi quite regularly with the various calendar events that come around, run by Artorius Plebis and the Artorius Carulus. The Praetors will run for Saturnalia in the middle of the year. How's your planning going for that, by the way? Good Praetor, have you started planting for Saturnalia?
Good, but I'm still waiting on how problematic it will be for the live action things, just because of the still ruling pandemic. Yeah, no,
you're right. So can you give us perhaps a bit of an insight, a bit of a sneak preview into what we might see for the Saturnalia this year?
You mean for the Apollo?
Sorry, for the Apollo. Yeah, good pickup. Yeah, for the Apollo. What are we likely to see there? Yes, so Saturnalia is not till later.
what we definitely will see are the computer Ludi we already have done. So you will see fighting corporate fighting and fighting against in the computer game of Rise, Son of Rome.
Excellent.
You will see Naumachia and battles played out in Rome Total War and Rome 2 Total War.
Right.
That's definitely. You will see again a Latin quiz.
Good.
Probably combined with a little bit of a history quiz. So there will be excerpts from certain points around Apollo and such things.
Okay.
And if we get to work on that, you will hopefully see live gladiatorial fights again.
That'd be cool. Yep.
But that depends on the pandemic.
Sure.
And maybe we will release a guided tour through the through the site of the Varus battle here in Germania.
Okay. Yep.
And the adjacent museum, because we got the allowance, but we have to look if we can get technology running, and of course the pandemic situation again.
Sure. Yeah, it's been tough. It's certainly affected people globally. For those based in Provincia, Australia, so Australia and New Zealand, we're pretty lucky here now. We've managed to all but quash any community transmissions. We have cases, but they're all in quarantine, hotel quarantine here. But, that's on a knife's edge. We're always concerned about that breaking out, and we've seen some near cases already in certain circumstances. There we go. So that's good. So Sempronius Agricola has joined us back in chat. He's got on his phone now. Good on him. Well done. Well done. We're just discussing the latest Ludi results. In fact, I just found another one which is also finished up. Was the new one that we haven't seen before? Was the chess tournament, which was pretty cool. Yeah. So played globally amongst Nova Roma citizens. Gosh, it's been a long time since I've played a game of chess. I don't know. Did you participate in this competition?
Yes, I have participated, but I sadly didn't fare so good. But partly I was not very into the games, at least into the second rounds every time, because something happened in Discord, something happened in the mailing list, and I had to react to that. And
work.
Work never stops.
Work got in the way. Yeah.
Sadly, most of the work is in the background and not in the foreground. So.
Oh well, next time.
Next time, yeah.
So here we go.
But the first were very hard. Yeah.
So how many games did you end up playing in the end?
I believe I don't have won any.
Okay, that's all right.
I only had a draw.
So I've got, for those at home and on the stream, you can see I just pulled up the results from the chess tournament from the Forum Romanum, and you can go check this out. Go check out wherever. When I come back on page, I've got a link in the middle of the page where you can subscribe to this list. So there's the round 3 results there. Wins to Andreas, Quadratus, Nerva, Lentulus, and then Ibernicus.
But for my honor, I have to say that Titus Julius Nerva, Gnaeus Cornelius Lentulus, and where do we have there? Papilia Lenas said that it was quite a close call on the fights we had.
Okay, and there we go. We can see the final standings there. So first place, Gratius Andreas, Quintus Gratius Andreas gets first place. Now, a part of this competition as well was an actual Roman coin prize, which is awesome. Was there details what the specifics of the Roman coin was? But that's pretty cool. To be able to win anything physical is awesome. In fact, if I recall correctly, Guy Artori, I'm still due a Roman pin, I think, from a competition that you ran a few years ago now.
When we are at it, I have it, and I can even still show you the package that was sent back to me, because the German Post or the Australian Post, I don't know, just sent it again back to me, not even giving me the money back, because it's cost €16, just to say, one of these to Australia.
Oh, yeah, what does it look like? I haven't actually seen it yet. If we can show the camera, here we go. Zoom in just a little bit closer for us. Ah, yeah, okay. Oh, that looks cool. Yeah, neat. That's a neat little pin. Well, hopefully one day I can acquire it.
I'm just waiting till the problem is solved with this pandemic, and hope that I can send it.
You tried.
It's really annoying. I have it, and it is packed, and it is ready once there are no problems on the line.
And we just see Gnaeus Lentulus has joined us. We're just discussing the chess results there, Lentulus. Let's see, how did you go? You went, you tied for second. There's a lot of people tied for second. So we saw Gratius Andreas got first, and then through the second places, so all with relatively equal scores, Marcius Rex, Marius, that's quite a name in cognomen, Anobarbus, Ullius Nerva, Claudius Quadratus, and then Cornelius Lentulus, all in second. And then the other placements, Hibernicus, yourself, Praetor, Papilia Laenus, and Fabricus Avitus, all players through there. So that's good. That's quite a good number of players for this chess tournament, and played globally. It appeared to go all right. I don't think there was any major issues. Gnaeus Lentulus has been here for 50 minutes. Hello for now coming in chat. He's upgraded from lurker status to participant. Lurkers more than welcome in chat. That's absolutely. We've discussing before for all those in chat. We'd love to hear about your Roman experiences, how you come to enjoy or love Rome, how you got involved in your various Roman groups, or if you've got an interesting Roman factoid or a Roman piece of trivia. We'd love to hear that as well. We're all about learning on this channel, on this stream as well. So if you've got an interesting Roman fact, there you go. Put that in chat, and let's see something interesting that you know. There we go. So yes, the current Ludi. So do we have a date? When's the current Ludi due to finish up? Is there any more competitions to run? I'm not sure. I have to go through the list and have a look.
I believe they are all done.
Good. Okay, so it's nearly done. So what's on the calendar? It might be worth bringing up the calendar. So what's next on the list? What's the next Ludi, an event that we could expect for Nova Roma? Do you know that off the top of your head, or maybe with Gnaeus Lentulus in the chat, he might be able to tell us what the next event for Nova Roma is.
Do that. I will be away for just a second.
Sure, you're right. Not a problem. That's okay. So we'll just go back to my view on screen so people can get a better look at my ugly head while we talk some Roman things before the good Praetor comes back. So what else I want to probably cover off on very briefly as well is, and as a part of my role, so for those that don't know, I'm this year serving as the Tribunus Plebis for Nova Roma, one of 5. So in Nova Roma, 5 Tribunus Plebis are elected every year. And I guess very similar and akin to ancient Rome, the tribunes were representative of the plebeians and the plebeian base, and essentially act as a voice in the Senate. So in the Nova Roma context, the Senate is a closed house event where our senators sit to discuss legislation, senators consultum, maybe propose initial lex before it goes out to the various comitia, for example. And the role of the tribunes is that they're able to attend the Senate sessions of Nova Roma, and they have the ability to report on the Senate sessions and provide updates in various forms to the rest of the membership or the Nova Roma citizenship base. And so again, if you subscribe to the Forum Romanum, and I guess while we're chatting here, I can bring that and post that link up for everybody. So it's on groups.io. And here is the link, and we can push this into chat right now. There we go. So if you would like to subscribe, and again, I don't think you necessarily need to be a citizen of Nova Roma to subscribe here. You're more than welcome to subscribe to this list, and you get all sorts of updates on public events and things that are happening in Nova Roma. Maria's just talking about the stoush. Yeah, you can see a little bit better. I haven't got it waxed at the moment with my moustache wax, so it's a little bit unruly right now. Needs further training. It's in that intermediate stage where it's a little bit, it's adolescent stages, a little bit not behaving Not behaving. Now, somebody's asked a question curious about the ranks. So what ranks in particular? Now, here's some audio in the background. Praetor, are you back?
I am back.
Oh, cool. I'll bring you back up on screen. There we go. So people don't have to look too closely at my face. And you said in chat that you're back. You may have been heard anyway, Praetor, but just discussing the role of the tribunes in Nova Roma, and I guess in ancient Rome as well. So far, and in that list, I've just posted the link in chat. The tribunes, through myself, so far have posted 2 updates so far, and there's a third soon to come. So one of my colleagues, Metellus, one of the other tribunes, is going to post an update within the next 6 or 7 days, so the next week. Again, with the latest events and happenings on the Senate, because the Senate sessions can last for any sort of period of time. Last year, there was quite a long one.
Yes.
This year, we're trying to do some more reporting, keep people informed in what's happening.
And I can assure you the Senate is trying to condense the session and don't let it be as long as last year.
Right, that's right. It'd be ideal that we can host a few different sessions. The respective consuls taking turn at presiding magistrates. And I guess it's a good point to talk about as well. So from my understanding, in the ancient Roman context, the tribunes themselves wielded a little bit of power to introduce legislation or call the Senate to order. Now in Nova Roma, whatever happened, then it's a little bit different in the way it works in Nova Roma. So based on our citizenship numbers and on a few other factors, so that the tribunes can still call the Senate to order when there's not one in session, but they're pretty limited as to what they can talk to. Primarily at the moment, it is really just based on the role of the tribunes and how they interact with the Senate. So certain topics can be brought up in regards to that. And of course, the other big power that the tribunes have is the intercessio, or the veto power. Yeah. That is certainly out of the 10 or so tribunes, I think, that existed in certain periods of time in the Roman period. As do the Nova Roman tribunes, we wield that veto power that can be used in cases where there is some disagreement politically. There's some conjecture about whether if there is certain illegal actions perhaps that take place, or things that take place against the Constitution, for example, whether that even warrants a veto to begin with. And we saw that interesting scenario at the start of the year where we saw a fine that was issued, which was potentially not permitted under Nova Roma law, and it was vetoed, and there was a good discussion as to whether the veto was even required in the first place, right? So if you actually look at the Constitution itself and some of the supporting legislation, it describes the use of the tribune's intercessio for those exact matters, for things that essentially infringe upon matters of the Constitution. But I think it was the consul Quintus Nauta that actually provided some context here when this scenario occurred, and he stated that, well, if it is illegal, then it doesn't require a veto because it doesn't mean anything anyway. I don't know. What's your view on that, Praetor?
I believe we have to see that a bit more complex. Especially after I had time to think about that and so on. So it was a special case we had because it was put out, and already the normal government said, no, that's illegal, you can't do that.
Right.
It's not. In that case, an intercessor would not be necessary. Where it would be necessary and warranted would, of course, be if the government would have stepped behind this illegal decision.
Good point. Yeah.
Or in parts, or the praetors and others were overruled more or less by the majority. If this normal and the normal way of controlling doesn't work, then the Tribunus Plebis is more or less our last line of defense. To be precise, we have to say Tribunus Plebis because there are other tribuni out there.
True, that's true. Good point. Yeah.
That's the point. And another very important thing of the Tribunus Plebis is that the Tribunus Plebis is elected. So he has an obligation to the ones who have elected him. So it's the direct line for the citizen towards the Senate, which is not elected, at least not from the populace.
Right.
And that's one of the other important things, I believe.
Yeah, no, that's some fantastic points there that you raised, and wholeheartedly agree. And you raised an interesting point, I guess, about the scenario that we're talking about here. So if it found that, I guess, a majority of the government, in this case, supported this particular fine that come out that was more or less against legislation, we may have seen a different outcome where that veto may have actually been perhaps a little bit more warranted. So it's a case of, if nobody speaks up, then I think your description in using the intercessio from the Tribunes as the last line of defence is probably accurate, where it's not otherwise caught. Now, I can't remember whether other higher magistrates had interdicted before that particular veto, but no, I think I like that description that you used. That's interesting. Okay, cool. So we're seeing some activity in chat, which is awesome. I'm going to scroll up a little bit here. Okay, there's a good question to begin with. What is the population of Nova Roma? So perhaps, Praetor, if you want to start, I'm going to go fetch a link. There's a good link that talks to this, if you want to start by talking to that.
So we had last year a census, so we have reached out to every registered member and every citizen, and the ones who answered the call are counted as active members.
That's right.
We have, I believe, much more in the database, but they don't react anymore, so they are just there, not participating. But I believe it was around 1,000 active members, and I believe around 400 taxpayers. Because, and that's the thing I have to detail for our guests from the Legio Sextus.
Right.
The Legio Sex, we have a system of, at the moment, a voluntary tax in science, so-called donation, where you then, after you have done your $9, which was last year, for the year, where you then are considered an assidui, and the assidui are able to hold offices, to step forth in elections,
right,
and so on. So if you don't contribute to the state, you don't have the right to hold any political office.
That makes sense. So to help answer the question about what is the population of Nova Roma, and right, the good Praetor has brought up the census, which is, I guess, our indication of who's active and who's inactive. So I've just posted a link now in chat. Have a read of this. So this is from the latest census, and I actually think down the bottom it gives you some numbers. So it talks about 929 active, and then it talks about a total of about 5,500, which is globally based on the latest census. So that largest number includes active, census registered, unregistered, and then what we refer to as disappeared. So people just that haven't responded. So that appears to be the population of Nova Roma, at least to my understanding. So that in that page is to the latest Nova Roma census. There we go. So that answers your question there. Scrolling down the chat here. There you go. So the good Praetor is coming in there.
Totals 913.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The actual reports there too, which may be worth looking at. So in the bullet points just above that data, there's the full census report of 2772 AUC. It's actually probably worth pulling that up and having a look, because that'll give you some more finite detail and maybe give you some better explanation into those numbers.
I have to go to the door.
Certainly, we'll see you again shortly. Not a problem. So we'll go back and look at my face again while the good Praetor disappears there. So we have another fact in chat here from Galvatorix. So here's an interesting fact. So he says, or he or she says, Legio Sextus, so the Victrix, was chosen as our group name primarily because we want to portray both Republican and early imperial eras. The legion existed between 41 BC and sometime after the 2nd century, and was formed by Emperor Augustus. Well, there we go. So there's the time period of that legion in Sydney. That's great. That's a great little fact. I like that. Thank you for including that. Yes, yes, talking about the census for the silent majority. Yes, very good. So Lentulus has asked Gavatorix about a link to your group. In fact, I think I posted it before from my, and I'll post it again in chat for everybody's reference. Here we go. So that if you look up that in Facebook, that will take you to the Legion. Certainly. And I guess for you and Gnaeus Lentulus, Nova Roma will want to reach out to them more formally and continue to network like we've done with Legio Tenfrentensis in Victoria, and we want to do that with all the other Roma groups around Australia. Really get to interact and know them better. Share information, share resources. Now it sounds like our Praetor is back. Let's bring him back online. There we go. It would be great to connect further. So let's connect through Discord. Sounds like some of you are going to join us on Discord as well later. So that's fantastic.
They are already free.
There we go. Already 3 are on there. So that's marvelous. Now, a good question has come in from Sempronius Agricola. Goes, how many of those are taxpayers? Now, that's not on the page currently, and I haven't put in a page yet. There's a red link there. It's not completed. But the report says. So the report actually highlights how many taxpayers that we've had. And there was a fair few. So we were able to get some income in, which was good to help continue things ticking over. Cool. We're going to get another link from Gavatorix from the Sydney Legion. That's excellent. Good. Gnaeus Lentulus has a link. Fantastic. If you're struggling to send links, send it to me as a whisper in Twitch, and I'll post it in chat because I've got links blocked. So random people don't post spammy stuff.
Moment.
Yeah. So or if So either whisper to either myself or one of the mods, and we can put it in chat for you.
So at the moment we have 121 assidui.
Oh, okay, cool. There you go. So 121 paid the voluntary taxes or membership fees for Nova Roma in the last cycle. Excellent. Perfect. That's good. Okay. So hopefully we'll see a little bit more this year. So it's about August when it comes around, and I think we discussed this about a fortnight, 2 weeks ago. The Senate appears to look to about maintain the same rates as last year. So for those that wish to contribute, it'll be $9 for the base rate. And that's pretty affordable.
More for the equestrian.
And a bit more for those who wish to seek the equestrian class. That's correct. There we go. So we've got a few followers on the Facebook group already from the Sydney Legion. Awesome. So we were talking about actually, and this is a good time to bring it up. So Provincia Australia right now is running a competition called the Active Romans competition. So for those based in Australia and New Zealand. I guess particularly pertinent perhaps those that aren't maybe citizens yet who would like to be. So you can actually probably see, if I point correctly, down in the bottom right of our stream here right now is this little red box. Hopefully you can read the font. What I'm going to do is pull up the link in and put it in chat as well. I'll see how I can do this simultaneously while talking.
That's what I was saying about active and non-active. So the unregistered who didn't answer the censors
right. Correct.
are inactive. The silent mass, as one of our guests said.
That's right. Actually, I think this will be quicker if I go to our Facebook page, because this is on our Facebook page as well, this same link. But if you can read it there, so for current and new citizens who sign up before the end of July, who register as a citizen of Nova Roma, you are eligible to enter this competition. So you could win simply by going to this page and doing a quick survey. You could win your Nova Roma taxes paid for a year, and you can also win cultural points. And the first place winner also wins a copy of the game Roman Citizen of Rome Dynasty Ascendant, I think is the name of the title. It's a little indie game.
It's a little fun thing.
Which it is quite fun. I enjoy it. So it's based on, you're simulating a Roman citizen during the Republican period. So here we go. I'm going to put the link in chat. I found it.
Sadly, I'm not very good in it.
So for if you sign as a citizen, and that's that process isn't difficult. You just got to choose a Roman name. It's free, and then if you enter this competition and you win, besides potentially winning a game on Steam, you could also get your membership fees. So first, second, and third will have their Nova Roma membership fees paid for a year on behalf of paid for by the province. And you can also win some cultural census points as well to boost your citizenship, which is fantastic. And I guess it's probably a good time for those that aren't a citizen of Nova Roma. Let's talk a little bit more about census points, and maybe let's bring up the link as well. Perhaps maybe you yourself, Praetor, would you like to discuss what the census points are and what they mean for Nova Roma? What they mean for the citizen.
A little rundown while you look for the link. So the census points are more essentially a representation of how much you contribute to the state, to the community, to the gods itself. You can amass census points via holding office, be a reenactor, playing in Ludi, and so on. And the amount of census points you have amassed determine your voting power in Nova Roma. Because every citizen is sorted into a centuria, and the higher up centurias are smaller. So if you have, for example, 3 citizens in one centuria, those 3 have a much higher point because the century votes, not the person per se. So let's say we have a vote on yes or no, and in this free citizen centuria, 2 vote for yes and 1 votes for no. So the whole century votes with no, of course. And that means as much higher you are, you have as much more voting relevance, voting power through this system.
Right. What I was going to do while we're talking as well is bring up this view on screen for those watching right now. So this is a bit of an overview of, I guess, the societal structure that Nova Roma employs, which has a lot of its foundation in ancient Rome. So all citizens have this particular makeup. So they have a gentes, a stirpes, familiae. They're all sorted into classes. So one of 5, well, there's technically 6, but one of 5 classes. And your amount of census points will determine your class allocation. Everybody is allocated a tribe. Actually, if you go to if you search up Society of Nova Roma, that'll bring you to the same page I'm looking at, and you'll be able to see the little diagram, the interleaven diagram there. Yeah, and we're split up into several tribes. There we go. So most of the inactive or disappeared citizens fall within those 4 urban tribes, and everybody else, the Osudi in particular, I guess, are allocated into the rural tribes. And you can see the relationship between the various classes there. So the Order Equestre, the patricians, and the plebeians. So this is a neat little graph that we put together to try and demonstrate the relationship of. It is a little bit of a different system that perhaps a lot maybe in the Western world are not quite used to. So,
if I may interrupt you there, maybe we should do a whole show on the whole topic, because
sure.
I believe it could be for our guests just too much at the moment, and
there is a bit there
from our topics.
I like that idea. I really like to focus more on this. Because it can be a little bit overwhelming for new people coming in who are looking to really integrate into the society side of Nova Roma. And that can take a little bit to learn. And that is part of the reason some of these diagrams are put together. For those that are a little bit more visual, particularly like myself, I learn visually. And so those diagrams certainly helped me. There's another one which talked to the various government positions and sort of demonstrated their their relationships, and if I find that, I can bring that up. But right, we won't cover that in detail here because it can be a bit complex at times. There you go. So there it is on screen again. So for you, their Praetor, it's Magistrates of Nova Roma. And the diagram that's on stream now shows you, I guess, all the various components of our public government and our public society and positions. Shows you the complex relationships of the Aedilis Carulus, the Tribune of the Plebs. It shows you some of the other apparators, some of the public positions, and then it shows you all the comitia, the centuries, all the tribes that make up those comitia, who our voting members are in the Senate and who isn't. This is a little diagram we put together. Who knows? We may be able to advance these a little bit better or show them in a different way. And as we come together, we may be able to show some more and different information, which helps us all learn.
Yeah, of course, it is not necessarily needed to understand it. As it is in the macronational world. Only few citizens have full insight of how the government of their countries work.
True, that's right.
How, for example, Legis got instated and such things. So we hope that we sometime will get back to a system where we can give courses on special things, and
that would be nice.
Definitely be a topic for a political course or something like that. Yeah,
I like that. I'd like to introduce some more basic courses, right, which helps to educate and introduce people to various concepts and subjects. And I think we've talked about this before too. Gaia Tori is, particularly training for those that are entering into certain government positions. For those entering into the junior magistracies or even some more of the senior ones. Right now, there's a lot of self-study I think that's required, or if you're lucky enough to have a mentor, particularly a lot of those leaning on Gnaeus Lentulus in chat. But he's already a very overworked individual. He does a lot of work in the back end of Nova Roma, and unfortunately there's not enough of him going around.
Yeah, and sadly we don't have access to cloning technology. So,
right.
But of course, every other magistrate, be it my good friend Aurelius Ingeniarius or me, is open for questions. We will give advice. We are as open as good Gnaeus Lentulus is.
Right. Cool. So we're starting to come up to the end of the hour now. So we'll probably start to wrap things up a little bit. I guess some of the things I wanted to wrap up here is one, if you're watching the channel right now, even if you don't plan to hang around later, please drop a follow before you go. That'll help us grow the channel. One of the things I guess we haven't quite covered yet about the current Senate session, which is pretty exciting, is that the Senate is currently considering essentially making official this channel, right? So right now, this channel is a little bit more focused on Provincia Australia. So that's why you see all the Provincia Australia references right now in the About section below. But if it is adopted by the Senate and the Senate makes it official, we will make this the Nova Roma channel. So the Twitch channel, the live Nova Roma TV, our media outlet for all of Nova Roma. We'll continue streams like this, and we're going to bring you more streams. So right now, we're actually talking to 2 other new streamers, which will bring in some content.
I'm especially looking for our format on discussing laws and edicts that are in the making or that are in voting. That was a pretty wonderful session we had back then.
That was good. I enjoyed it on that. And yes, let's have some more discussion around law and new law that's coming in. And perhaps we can have specialised sessions on other existing lex and leges out there to help ourselves understand. Yeah, great idea. I like that. Maybe perhaps that's a segment that you can host in your own ad hoc timing.
We talked about the problem at the moment. But I believe my second living place will have internet, or at least a stable internet, in hopefully a month or 2 months, and then it will be much easier for me to manage
Good.
regular.
I hope so. Because, we would like to see you more regularly on this channel. But so that's good news from the Senate. I'm looking forward to that, which means we'll be able to induct more streamers into the channel. So we're always working that, particularly help out those in the US. So this time slot's not particularly friendly for those watching from the US, as it's a little bit early over there. But I can tell you now that there are 2 other streamers that we're currently inducting who are actually, oddly enough, US-based. And they will pick some time slots recently. And when we have some information, we'll update our stream schedule on the channel here directly, and then post that through our various social media outlets and let you know when they'll broadcast when we've finalised their program. So I'm pretty excited. So this channel was started as a provincial activity some time ago, with the intent to potentially grow it for all of Nova Roma, and that may eventuate here if the Senate comes together and agrees once they vote on the topic. And I guess in my particular role, I'll take on like a bit of a program manager role, working under the Curatore Informaticae, managing all of the social media for Nova Roma. So that's pretty exciting, and I'm pretty excited about that. So we may see a name change for this channel in the near future. So we'll change from Ost Nova Roma to probably just Nova Roma, or even Nova Roma TV. Neas Lentulus may have an opinion on the final name outcome there. So we'll see what happens on that front.
Probably a Latin one.
Yeah, I think something Latin would be good. But something quirky like Nova Roma TV, I think may work. I don't know. We'll take a vote on it potentially. That's great. So right. So to help us out, if you haven't already, if you follow us, that helps us a lot. We're striving towards getting 100 followers. We'd like to try and reach that affiliate status. That'll give us some more options in being able to fund and manage programming here and bring everybody more Roman content. And I guess on that matter, if you've got ideas, if you've got suggestions, and if you are a Nova Roma citizen and if you want to host your own segment, let's have a talk. Send me a message either through Discord or as a whisper through Twitch or whatever method you want to do to contact me. Let's have a chat, because that's what this channel is all about, hosting any type of Roman content. If you want to talk about Roman coins, if you want to have a Roman cooking show, if you want to show off your legion and have live performances of your practices, if you want to talk about Roman clothing, want to talk about Roman law, if you want to hold Latin classes, that is what this channel is all about. It doesn't necessarily be Nova Roma related. A lot of the content that I do is one of the other segments that you can see in the past videos in this channel that I like to do is paper soldiers. So I'm making a paper army right now, courtesy of the designer Peter Dennis, who produces a first century Roman paper army. So I've just finished a whole cohort of auxiliaries right now, and I'm now working on some heavy cavalry, heavy Roman cavalry to supplement my paper army. So go on, yeah.
You definitely look at Roman miniatures and painting them. That could be something for you too.
I would like that. Part of the appeal of the paper armies and paper soldiers as a general tabletop gaming enterprise is that it is far cheaper.
That's right.
There's still some activity because you have to print it, you have to cut it out. Normally it requires you to fold, so you get the back and front. So they're only two-dimensional, right? But you have to fold, cut, trim, and then I guess sort of mount them properly on a base depending on what you're doing. And so I guess it's still a process that you have to go through to make them, which is good. But yeah, it only costs you paper and ink, right? And that's far cheaper than some of the figurines that are out there. But who knows? Maybe one day I'll actually get some money and I could do something. I could do something a little bit more physical. We'll see how we go. Great. Well, that's fantastic. So that starts to wrap up our hour on our Tribune Talks, our talkback show on all things Roman and Nova Roman. If you haven't already, please join us through all our various social media. Join us on Facebook. Check out our website, novaroma.org, or look up novaroma.org in Facebook. You'll hit the main page there. And in particular, because we're currently still talking about Provincia Australia, please join the Provincia Australia group if you're in the Australia-New Zealand region. And of course, you can follow our Facebook page. So if you look up Ost Nova Roma on Facebook, you'll find us that way. And please, if you are a Nova Roma citizen or you're thinking about becoming one and you do become a Nova Roma citizen, please join that competition. That's essentially free money there. You just got to answer a few questions and then and then you can win your membership paid for. You can get a game. You get cultural CP points. You'd be silly not to. Free money. So I encourage you, if you're in Provincia, Australia, so if you're in Australia, New Zealand, or the surrounding protectorates, join that competition, become a citizen. That'll be great. Great way to kickstart your Nova Roma journey. All right, well, we're coming very close to the end now. Praetor, any final words from you? Any final remarks?
I can't only add to your words. Become a citizen. We welcome everyone, and only together we are strong, as every legionnaire knows. So, yeah.
Let's make a global community of people who love Roman stuff. Let's have a chat. That's what we're all about. Let's provide each other an education. Well then, that is now concluding us. I think we've got a little bit of a tiny after party in Discord now for those that want to join us, and we can talk about some stuff. Again, thank you very much to Gaius Artorius Praeconinus.
For everyone who wants to talk and so on.
Right.
So, yeah.
Perfect. So my thanks be to you, gratias tibiago, and gratias to everybody out in the chat who's watching either now or in the future, because we'll post this to YouTube as well, Aus Nova Roma, Australia Nova Romana, and we'll put a few links up to that as well throughout the various forms of social media. But again, thanks to everybody, and until next time, valete. Valete, everybody.
Valete.